Well, all good things must come to an end, folks, and it looks like Ronna McDaniel's reign of terror as the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee is in fact coming to an end. Rather than serving out the rest of her term in office, Ronna McDaniel has reportedly told her colleagues that she is stepping down after the South Carolina primary at the end of February. And she's doing it after having lost multiple different elections for the Republican Party, consistently seeing Republican candidates at all levels underperform since she took the role as the chair of the party, and of course leaving the party effectively bankrupt during an election year because they only have $8 million cash on hand. Now, the Democrats, as I've previously mentioned, the Biden-Harris campaign raised $97 million in just the last quarter of last year. And the Republicans have $8 million to their name. That's Ronna McDaniel. But it's important to remember why Ronna McDaniel is in this position in the first place. And I'm not talking about in the position where the Republican Party is in shambles and totally falling apart. We see the Republican Party falling apart every day. I mean, so far this week, it's been a real bad week for Republicans. But here's the thing. Ronna McDaniel was picked for the post as the chair of the RNC by Donald Trump himself. Now, granted, the party had to vote on her to give her that position, and she did get reelected multiple times. But Trump picked her. She ran his campaign in Michigan in 2016, and she obviously did a successful job of that. So Trump told the party, I want her to be the head of it. So, comes to a vote, she gets elected because she had the backing of the then president of the United States. So, makes sense, right? But Trump didn't take into account the fact that Ronna McDaniel, even though she was successful in Michigan, was not ready to handle that position. As I mentioned, in every single election since Ronna McDaniel has been in charge of the Republican Party, they have underperformed. She was in charge of the Republican Party in 2018 when we saw the blue wave. She was in charge of the Republican Party in 2020 when President Biden took the White House and Democrats regained control of the Senate by Republicans losing 2 vital Senate seats in the state of Georgia. She was in charge of the Republican Party in the year 2022 when Republicans predicted a 70-seat advantage but got 10 seats in their advantage. And now it's actually less than that because they kicked out Santos and Kevin McCarthy is gone. So Republicans are not doing well. And Ronna McDaniel is to blame. But the biggest problem she's had is the fundraising part. Like I said, Republican Party has $8 million on hand in an election year. In a presidential election year, okay? It's not even like we're going into midterms where, okay, we don't have as much, but we can get due. We're talking $8 million in a presidential election. Hell, Trump's presidential campaign only has $42 million cash on hand. His super PACs are basically being bled dry by his legal fees. So the Republican Party has nothing. You've got state-level parties that have gone totally bankrupt, literally having $0 in the bank. Some of them, I'm not kidding, actually have only a couple $100 in their bank accounts. And even though those are state-level parties run by the state-level people, it all flows from the top. Ronna McDaniel has been the worst leader of the Republican Party I have ever seen. And because of that, I'm very sad that she's leaving. I would love to see her rule the Republican Party forever, if possible. Because nobody on the left could have ever done as much damage to the Republican Party as Ronna McDaniel did from the inside. And for that, I am truly going to miss her. And I appreciate everything that she has done to the GOP. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.